Diana Zuros is a trailblazing filmmaker and founder of Zuro Gravity Pictures, an indie production company challenging Hollywood norms with a focus on diversity and inclusion. Her latest project since August is a poetic film told in ASL with English subtitles. And Diana is with us here. How are you today?
I'm alright, thank you, Toby. Thanks for having me.
So, what was it that inspired you to create a film told entirely in American Sign Language?
Well, this project has been a really long journey for me. It started in 2011.
Wow.
With a very, very minimal budget, and I guess a vision to bring this unique story to life. I used to live in Hollywood back then, and my apartment building overlooked a neighboring apartment, and I could see a person moving, living their life in their own apartment through my window. So this voyeuristic experience fascinated me. So
Yeah.
it kind of ignited the story idea, and that's how it started. And then that led me to the aspect of the spying through the binoculars. What if the person who was observing could understand sign language, and the observed person in the neighboring building could be deaf, and then she could understand what the person was talking about. So that's the whole idea started from there. And then I started writing the story, and then I met Sabina Ahmedova, who's the lead in the film, doing a gig that I was hired to do in Hollywood. And I just, her talent was just amazing. So I asked her if she could, offer the role in this script. And because of the budget constraints, I couldn't really pay her like a normal fee. So she still accepted. She loved the story, and she accepted the offer, which was amazing. And then from then, I just really was adamant and finding a deaf actress for the role of Vedette, because she's deaf in the script. So I just reached out to deaf community. I didn't know anybody. I never had met a deaf person before this. So I just reached a lot of friends, and I found this amazing actress. Antoinette Abamonte is just amazing. So everything kind of started to fall into place. And so I got the script ready within 6 months and started shooting at the end of 2011. And that's how it started.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you've got deaf actors in the film, but hearing actors as well. So what were some of the challenges and rewards of working with such a diverse cast?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. That's it was a long time ago, but I remember just every day being so exciting. Because I didn't know sign language, I did learn a little bit during the production, but I had to hire interpreter for deaf, because I also had quite a few deaf extras in the scenes, in bigger scenes. So we started shooting with an interpreter on board, but then Antoinette is she also reads lips, so which made it really easy for me. So, and I did learn a little bit of sign language. So me and her communicated very, very well, easy, like effortlessly, just me and her without an interpreter. So, and the whole process became very authentic too. Just trying to understand the person's body language is just fascinating. And so with the small scenes, with just intimate scenes, it was just me and Antoinette, one-on-one without an interpreter. And for the wider scenes, bigger scenes, I did have an interpreter on board. And then just watching, hearing actors just trying to learn ASL, and everybody just being excited about just collaborating. And because some of the scenes are improvised, the class scenes and acting class scenes are improvised. So everybody just chipped in. They brought in their own ideas, what could happen during the class scene. So it was just very collaborative effort in that sense.
And do you hope the film will maybe inspire people to learn sign language? Because I guess it's something that we'd all kind of want to learn, but we'd never have the time.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yes. the project didn't start out as, that was not my main goal, but then in the process, because the whole production stretched for over 8 months because of the, not having enough budget. I had to accommodate everybody's schedule. So, and then during that almost a year, the whole production process, even me, just every time I would communicate with Antoinette, I would learn at least like 10 new words each time. And it was just so flawless and exciting to learn sign language on spot. But I believe every time an ASL themed movie comes out, from statistically speaking, a lot of people are interested in taking up ASL at schools and the colleges and universities, which is amazing. Even like my friend's daughter is just learning ASL and she's like 4 years old. So
wow.
I believe ASL is, or just like any in any country, just sign language is just the language of the body. You can just tell so much from a person looking at the person, and then even a hearing person, when they talk, they use their body. So it's the sign language is the language of the body. So it's actually very important to tap into that realm for anybody, just to get to know their body, their own feelings better through that language. It's just amazing. I think it's very, very important for anybody.
And since August sounds like it was a labour of love for not just you, but everyone involved. So was there a particular memorable moment or experience from the production that encapsulates the dedication that went into making it?
One of the things that comes to my mind right now is, so as I said, the whole production lasted for like 8 months. And then even then afterwards, I have a few scenes in the film that were shot in 2015 and 2017. I mean, I don't think you can tell, which is great. But so one of the things that came to me right now is just Antoinette used to live very, very far from where we shot in Hollywood, and she lived in Huntington Beach, which is very far. So she would drive every time. She would just like drive all this way, probably like 2 hours each way, and then when she knew that I was running low on funds, she didn't even take the gas money because she knew like I was really so. Imagine just her spending her own money on travel costs and she was just so dedicated to this project, and until the very end she was just and just that's just one of the aspects of how people just chipped in and everybody kind of tried to make it work and help me out. So I mean, there are probably a lot that I can't think right now, but that was one of the things that just popped in my head. And I was so grateful. It's just amazing.
And your films tend to be poetic in nature. So how do you think this artistic approach contributes to the storytelling in Since August?
Yeah, great question. I've always been fascinated by just visuals, like words and just like spoken language is not that important when you're watching a film, at least in my opinion. Like I used to when I was younger, even now when I want to understand a film better, I just turn the sound like all the way, just turn it off, and I just watch the visuals just to understand like people's intentions and then a character's intentions. So it's actually taught in school, in film schools, to do that, and to that will teach filmmakers how to better navigate just storytelling landscape in general. So I would say poetry. I'm a big fan of Dogma 95 style films, like Lars von Trier's earlier films are amazing. And I'm just I don't know. I mean, just poetry is everywhere in our daily life. It's just we have to kind of notice, and that's kind of meditation. How some spiritual teachers teach you just like stay still and just look at the tree or look at an object and just see poetry in it. Just I think it's everywhere on a daily basis. and especially the film and art forms, it has to be there. Even if I don't classify my films as a poetic, you can tell like it's just a slow pace. It's just a meditative approach to it. So I think it's just the whole experience needs to be there somehow. Even in like Hollywood fast moving movies, if you notice the great films, they always have quieter moments in them. So I think poetry it should be in any art form if the makers of the art want to leave a lasting mark with their projects. I don't know if I answered the question.
And the film Since August is completely self-financed, which is a big undertaking. So can you kind of walk us through the journey of the beginning of the film from the concept to completion, and what role did your kind of family and friends help in making it a reality?
Right. Well, initially I just had about $2,000 saved up, and that was the starting point. So then I decided to do a Indiegogo campaign, which is like fundraising campaign, and we raised like 2,000 more through friends, and that was so I kind of had like about 4,000, 5,000 to start with, and it was good enough for me. So that's how we started, and then my brother stepped in, and he just believed it. He's been really supportive. My whole family is. So he was like, okay, whatever you need, I'll try to help. And so when I ran out of the fundraising money, then he started helping me. And then over the years, almost every single penny came from him. So basically, he's the main financer and the producer on the film. And the rest of what friends gave me, it was just fundraising funds. I don't really expect to pay them back, but it's just. I felt so overwhelmed by their willingness to help. I think my gratitude is just forever. It's I don't know. Hopefully this film will make the money back. In Hollywood standards, this is a very, very tiny budget, but for me it's a huge budget because I owe most of the money I owe my brother. So I'm just hoping I could repay him at some point. So even with that in mind, I just still decided I want to be a part of a change in Hollywood in a way that how films are digested nowadays. Like when you go to a movie theater and you pay like $20 or $25, you don't know what you expect. So you pay that money and then you might just end up just being disappointed. So
yes.
I just thought, it's my film. Nobody's like choking me to pay them back. So I do have that freedom to pick what the way I want to distribute it. So even though I do owe a lot of money, I still decided to offer it for free and have the audience, give them a chance and an opportunity to pay whatever they want. So which is a big gamble. But I want to just do this for all of my films. If I'm meant to make more films, then this is the strategy I'm gonna just follow.
And do you think that your decision to offer Since August for free will partly reshape the industry's approach, or are you just doing it because you feel it's right for you?
No, I think my main drive is to change the landscape, which I'm a very, very tiny speck, very tiny part, which I don't even know if it affects anything. But I think as individuals, we are, just society is made up of individuals, right? So if everybody just decides to make some kind of, good change, so eventually it will affect the whole industry. So I'm trying to promote this approach, and I know not everybody, probably like very low percentage of filmmakers will do that, but maybe I'm hoping maybe my example will kind of bring in some good results in a way. Right now it's still, I just released it, so it's been a few weeks, but I'm trying to kind of because I don't have any budget for marketing. I'm just sitting and reaching out to publications, organizations, and then asking them to help spread the word so that we can attract more people, and that way maybe kind of get better results. So we'll see.
Another thing about Hollywood, your work with Zuro Gravity Pictures is described as defying Hollywood's gravity, challenging favouritism and nepotism. So do you have any strategies or practices that you implement to ensure a more inclusive environment within the production company?
Yeah, I mean, I'm writing a comedy right now, and I decided, like, I promised myself that from now on, every project I write and make, they will have a lot of inclusivity, a lot of I have a couple of characters that are deaf, a couple of characters that are disabled, a few characters that are hard of hearing. So with my work, I will try my best to include every walk of life, and just give chance to lesser represented people in the industry. It's changing. Definitely, Hollywood's landscape is changing. It's been changing for the past, I would say, a decade, 10 years, which is great to see. But I myself promise that I will do it for every single project I make from here on. And maybe that will be a good example, example to follow for others. So hopefully.
And looking ahead, what aspirations do you have for the future of Zuro Gravity Pictures and the impact that you hope to continue making in the world of filmmaking?
Well, I'm hoping my next project won't take me 10 years to make.
Yes.
I do like the slogan for my company is the field. Zuro Gravity Pictures is the field where Hollywood loses its heavy weight. And I'm going to incorporate that aspect of it in all my projects. So one of the things I want to do is even when I have a lot bigger budget for next projects, I still want to hire behind the camera too, like not only in front of the camera, to hire people who are good at what they do. Maybe they don't have a huge resume, but they have passion, they have a skill, they have a drive to the serve art form. So I'm still planning on making lower budget films, just because I don't believe in spending millions of dollars on something that could have been done for $100,000. So my films will be low budget in general, but of course everybody would be paid properly during production. That's one of the things I'm planning to do. It doesn't matter how big the company gets or how small it stays. I think that will be my approach.
And are there any particular films that are coming up soon that you can tell us about?
No, not anytime soon. I'm in the process of writing, and because it's just I'm a one person, like it's like one woman show running everything. So I'm still not done with this one because I'm promoting as much as I can. So in between time that I have free time, I'm just writing, and it's completely different genre. It's comedy. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
I'm actually writing for a British actress, and she doesn't know it yet, but we'll see.
Well, this film that's currently out is called Since August. Where is it that we're able to go to watch it for free?
It's on my website. I'm not offering anywhere else. It's zurogravitypictures.com, and once people get there, it has all the info that you need. There's a separate page to watch the film. If they feel compelled to donate, that will be great. But of course, they're not forced to donate, so they can just watch it for free. So that's the only platform I'm offering right now.
Smashing. Well, many thanks for joining us today. It's been great having you here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I've been mumbling, and so hopefully I made sense.